Yo, what's up, dudes? I usually do my journaling in the morning, but I figure I'll knock this video out before I eat my breakfast here. I got a little milk tea, a little sugar. Here's my view. It's not super awesome. It actually used to be a graveyard. One day the view will be better. I don't like. It kind of doesn't matter. I'm always like just up in here. Real quick. So, I'm gonna share two things with you guys. One, like I'm like, oh, reach out on Facebook yesterday, and today I'm saying it won't be in the title, but like I'll post my Facebook and LinkedIn below if you want to connect. But there's like two reasons why I do this. It's kind of to over time create quantifiable evidence as to why some people are quote unquote successful. But I mean, success is defined a number of ways, and then some people aren't. And actually now I'm reminded of this video and book called Did You Spot the Gorilla? Maybe I should post that below as well. But I was gonna look the quote up, but what's in my mind, there's a quote, I believe, fortune favors the bold, right? And I mean, what that essentially means is like take action, and yeah, like boldly take action and fail and whatever. And the more you do it, you end up taking better actions, especially if you're making a point to learn something from those actions. And that's the thing, over time you get better and better at learning from your actions. You see how other people learn, whether it's through journaling or creating masterminds or collecting mentors, whatever it is. So that's one of the things I wanted to share with you. And I mean, like, some interesting stories from all my bold work is like one, kind of connecting with Tim Ferriss early in his career. Maybe some of you remember when I won that laptop. And other two, well, the other one big person that comes to mind without name dropping, I'll guess I'll Uber drop. But I met one of the people familiar with, like, not like met, like knew, like I didn't like keep the relationship going on long term. It's hard to do that. I look forward to reconnecting one day when it makes more sense. But one of the guys at Uber, who's now a billionaire, right? And that's like, this stuff happens from going, like I talk about these networking events and entrepreneur events, and reading the books, being on the forums, being essentially being bold, taking action. And the other piece, so the bold piece is like, I'd actually like to connect with, especially right now, I look at my views and I like it. There's like 20, can you imagine me sitting in front of a room of 20 or 40 or 80 people doing this weird stuff? Whoever's watching these videos at this point in time, they're like a certain level of friend, right? Like I have a weird, intimate, maybe it's just one-way relationship with you. But over the years, and just three names come to mind: Brian, Jacob, and Kevin. I've made like some like real like friends, like message and email and whatever. Kevin especially, he came out to Taiwan since I've been here, and he anyway, yeah, like people, like bold people you can connect. So okay, that's the bold connection. I put it there to actually connect with, if you thought it made sense. But the other reason is I like the idea of having this digital trail biography of sorts. The Milltown Kid days was like half entertainment, half real life biographical stuff. Now it's way more real life biographical. Maybe it's like 80-20 now, entertainment. Now, right now it's like 99% biographical. It's not very entertaining, I don't think. But the point is to have this like really detailed record of, the ups and downs or whatever of the entrepreneurial, just life journey. And I like the idea of having these like really clear entry points when anybody at any point in time could have just like jumped in and been like, oh yeah, and then like start working on projects or whatever together. And not so much that the project stuff happens, although I want that to happen, but for me it's like I'll be able to like look back, see, remember that there's that video when it was like I was just some guy with 20 views. And I was like, connect with me. Because what I'm seeing, and it's happening to me now faster and faster, like my one friend that I'm working with on a project, I wanted to connect him with someone else, my current boss, and he's like, "Oh, I don't work for less than 1,200 a day," and it's like, and it's not. I've always had this weird relationship with money, but as you get busier and more entrepreneurial or whatever, it's hard to. Time is another resource, right? Money is a resource. Time is a resource. Reputation is a resource. Your network is a resource. Anyhow, but like the time resource becomes less and less. You won't be in a position to respond to every email. You won't be in a position to make a video response to every person. You won't be in a position to connect. If one of you wanted to, I'm usually playing Destiny by myself. I have this huge friends list, but they are all from random people from when I was playing Destiny the first time. But I want to go through and clean that list and play with. I guess you would be kind of random too, but you wouldn't. You'd be be totally not random. I'd be like, oh, 20 people watched a video. You watched to 6 minutes. That's not random at all. Anyhow, yeah, fortune favors the bold, and then me having this kind of like digital record where I can be. Let me wrap this up because I gotta eat breakfast and then start work in 7 minutes. But read autobiographies because I think there'll be cool, really neat autobiographies that emerge with this. It doesn't really even exist with Facebook guy because there was no Facebook before he made Facebook. So there's not really that kind of Facebook digital trail. Same thing with, the YouTube people who design that. Same thing with, Twitter, people who designed Twitter wasn't really on Twitter, right? Anyhow, but now these new entrepreneurs will be interesting because a lot of them will have clear digital trails where you can look back at some blog post when they're like, I'm so depressed or whatever it is. And now the new biographies will be, there's none that I know of, but they will mix media, right? It'll be part written maybe in a tangible book, but then part, digital archive and part, video movie production thing, and then part like forum where you can hang out with the dude the book's about or what. There'll be some interesting stuff in the future. There's some interesting stuff now. The person that comes to mind most is Gary V, but even him, to my I don't follow him super closely, but if I remember correctly, he was already a successful entrepreneur as these new social media tools emerged, and then he just transitioned and then became, still doing his businesses, but then, a brand, social media, whatever guy, whatever you want to call that. But yeah, all right, dudes, time to eat breakfast, get to work. Peace.